first off, I had, as you know, I moved because Natalia wanted a tire swing. And I lived up in the hills, and I had a beautiful house up in the hills. And I moved into a lesser house, arguably. I mean, it just is. It's smaller. It's worth less. It's not as nice for me.
Yeah, that crazy office and
house
stuff,
that I built up on the hill.
Yeah.
And I moved shortly after building my super garage and all that kind of stuff. I sunk a ton into that garage. I made it my blah, 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 blah. I made the house into my palace. Mm-hmm. And I painstakingly took every hinge, every nut and bolt, every knob.
Have people seen pictures of that? Can you put it up? Do you show that?
There's some pictures that were in a magazine spread or something on it.
People ought to see that.
Yeah, they're floating around somewhere.
Well, you ought to throw some up because they're pretty amazing.
I don't think I'm exaggerating when you say there was not many houses in that area that were nicer than that house. And
I think you can say with great ease that there's nothing like that house anywhere. You specifically made it unique with the pool room. It's specifically custom.
Okay, I moved from that house because Natalia wanted a tire swing. That was that wasn't 100% of it, but that was the impetus.
There were school issues and stuff.
Thank you for the shooting of the point.
I'm trying to. I'm trying to make you not seem so pussy whipped. I'm just saying.
No. The house had no yard. It had everything but a yard.
That's true.
Or
a kid yard, anyway. Yeah.
It had like a kind of a sloped back, whatever, with a tree in it, but there was no yard. And Natalia, being Natalia, said, I want a tire swing. I want a tire swing. Yeah. And yes, Hollywood is a piece of shit, and the Y is filled with homeless people, and the school system sucks, and, there's a lot of things. Reasons, but the main thing is I have two kids, and they wanted a fucking yard.
Yeah.
And they didn't have a yard. Yeah. And Sonny wanted a basketball hoop. And he didn't have a basketball hoop. He didn't have a place. There wasn't just the way it was, there wasn't a place to do it.
And to be fair, now they've spent a lot of time in that yard. Sonny, particularly, out there with the balls all the time.
Not only did I buy a house where the house wasn't nearly as nice as the house I was currently living in. Most people don't downsize unless they have to. I didn't have to. I just did it because I wanted a yard. And I wanted a community. I wanted a neighborhood for the kids. I'm not there specifically, but the kids are.
Yeah.
And I want a neighborhood. I bought a house that had a big yard and had a basketball hoop. And Sonny immediately went berserk playing basketball. Yeah. And then the second thing I did was I put AstroTurf down in the entire backyard. And we have almost nightly... And I mean, it's dark outside, but the porch lights are on and stuff. 2-on-2 boys against girls soccer games back there. Mama's out there playing goalie. Dad's playing goalie. Sonny and Natalia are in the middle, scrapping it up and kicking the ball and laughing like maniacs. And
is the front lawn grass?
No, front lawn's grass. Yeah, back is AstroTurf. And I go out there and throw the ball to Sonny all the time. Yeah. I woke up this morning. I looked out of my back window. This is before Sonny was going to school. He had the football tucked under one arm and was kicking a soccer ball. And may have had a ping pong ball up his ass. May have. I don't know. I felt something hard. The point is he's holding a football, kicking the soccer ball, and I thought, that's all. That's all he... Yeah. Happy child. He's got a dog. He's got a basketball hoop. He's good. All right. We need to take a quick break. When we come back, Drew, we'll take some phone calls.
I got a lot more to talk about.
I will tell you, by the way, where that table came from.
Okay.
The picnic table in the back of the house. And yes, those feelings of being trapped by
gnawing.
Let me say
dread.
This.
It's dread. That's what that is.
Dread.
Yeah, it's dread.
Dread mixed with heat, mixed with depression, mixed with hunger.
Now go make television.
Yeah.
Revisit it.
I say to my kids all the time, and think about this, Drew. Did anyone say this to you? And again, I'm not one of these parents that believes in you're number one. Don't let anyone ever tell you you're not.
That's nonsense.
That's nonsense.
Yeah.
What I say to my kids all the time is, I'm so happy you guys are here. This is so awesome that you guys are in our lives. This is great, isn't it? Isn't it great? Isn't it? I say to my son and my daughter all the time, any mommy better than your mommy? Do you think there's a mommy better than your mommy? And they're like, no. And I go, would you like any mommy better than your mommy? And they say no, although Natalia would say Katy Perry. But then I'd say no. And also when I say to Natalia, who's got it better than you? Who's got it better than you? And she goes, Uncle Jimmy. Jimmy has it better. I say to her, no, he's at work right now. It's the funny thing is I told that to Jimmy, and Jimmy's first thing out of his mouth was, no, I'm at work.
Yeah.
He said, you're here.
Yeah.
You're enjoying the pool and kicking the soccer ball around the fucking AstroTurf. He's working.
Well, no matter how good a time your kids have, they'll hate you. Don't worry. Don't worry.
But the point is I stop.
Both of you, by the way.
I stop with them, and I just say, I'm so happy you're here. I'm so glad we have you guys. And isn't this awesome? Which is something I'd never heard my entire fucking life, ever. Other than it's just, we fucked up the Indians. We fucked up the black people. We're fucked up. And this is horrible, and we're killing the earth. And now I'm going to lock myself in my room. And by the way, whatever you're eating, that's going to kill you. All right, we'll take a quick break on that happy note. Be back with, I'll tell you what the picnic table was, and then we'll take some phone calls right after this. All right. Walk down memory lane. Yeah, first off, the things I realize, everyone thinks it's about money, and it's one of the things, Drew, that you and I talk about all the time.
Yeah.
And some of it ends up taking a political path with the HuffPo talking about, school to prison pipeline, and these people are economically disenfranchised. And it doesn't, whether it's school, whether it's making your kid some oatmeal, sprinkling a little brown sugar and some walnuts on it before they leave the house for breakfast, which is 31 cents. Whether it's that, or whether it's sitting down and reading with them after school. Yes, you have a long day at the shitty job, but then that night, before you go to bed, you sit down and read. Or it's about putting up a basketball hoop against the garage at the end of the driveway, or getting them a fucking Nerf football. It's not money. You're telling them, I'm happy you're here. Mm-hmm. I'm glad you're in our lives. We love you. This is awesome. Hugging them. What do you mean money? What's that have to do with socioeconomic fucking anything? That's the part that's insane to me, Drew. I mean, everyone's like, well, you rich guys up there. Of course, you can hug your kids. Like, everybody can hug their kids. Everybody can put a fucking basketball hoop on. Everyone, just about. Like, I'm not talking about, potato famine 100 years ago. I'm just talking about 2014. You can have a fucking dog. You can get your kid a pet. You can keep after that dog. Yes, you have to clean up its mess, and you have to walk it, and you have to feed it. But yes, you put up the basketball hoop. Get a ball. Kick it around. Go outside. Spend some time. Go to the fucking park on a Saturday with your kid. Free. Take the fucking soccer ball. Free. Kick it back and forth for an hour. Free. When you're done, hug it out and get $2 worth of soft swirl yogurt. Is that really? Then you can fucking read a free book that night? Free? Well, when did everything turn into, boy, easy for you up there in your fucking ivory tower to look down on? No. My parents were poor, but they were fucking dicks. Like, they could have fucking done plenty of shit. Could have fucking sat out. Me and Sonny, we just stand in the house. He just holds a ball, like a little round ball, like a Nerf ball. And we just throw it back and forth and just talk.
He wished you'd come to the football game with us the other night.
I know. Thank you, Dick. to fucking...
I brought it up with him many times.
I went to dinner with you guys that night, and then I had to fucking get up at the crack of fuck and be in Gardena.
Well, you were still awake when we got home with the kids.
Listen.
In your underwear, mind you.
Listen, Drew.
It must strike a nerve. You seem very upset about it.
Now, I'm pissed at you because you have to fucking shit all over every fucking point. We went out to... Drew wanted to go out. I said to Drew earlier in the week, let's go out to dinner.
Yeah.
Did I not?
Yes, it was your call.
Then I found out later, with about a day's whatever, dinner and also a UCLA game that started late. I don't know.
7:30, yeah.
7:30. Who's never fucking home and working all the time, had an 8 a.m. call time in Gardena the following fucking morning. And I don't have any fucking me time at all. I don't have any... I'm going to plop down on the sofa.
I get it.
Yeah, it sounds like you do.
I get it.
So I said I will go out to dinner with Drew and his wife and the kids, and we'll go out to dinner. And then everyone else can go off to the UCLA game. I'm going to go home and crack a beer. I'm going to say beer. I'm going to go home and fucking crack a beer and veg on the sofa because I got a fucking early morning. Now, you guys came home at 11 o'clock at night. I wasn't going to go to bed at 10, and I knew I'd get woken up when everyone came home. And I was thinking and kind of assuming that my clan would run out of gas a little bit around 10 and you guys would just drive home.
It was a pretty hair-raising game. And Sonny was... Actually, Natalia was into it.
Yeah,
frankly, she was almost embarrassing.
She's loud.
She's like, "Fuck Utah." It's like, what?
She's crazy. So I was sort of.
You should look back at some of the Utah. Like, I hate you, screaming at them.
It was a very good and a close game, and Utah just squeaked it out. But I was expecting UCLA would blow them out, and you guys in the middle of the third quarter would come home.
Yes,
and I was going to sit around until everyone got home and got settled because I wasn't going to be able to go to bed and then have everyone walk through the door at 10 o'clock. And that's what I was doing.
I get it. It's good to give you shit about that.
I appreciate it. Now, that's all. Now, the picnic table.
Oh, yeah.
That was a basket.
What?
The base of that table was a basket. It's a basket.
Oh, I see, yeah.
That was used when you, I believe, for, dipping parts into acid or something and then pulling them out, treating metal or whatever it is. It's like a 4-foot by 3-foot basket, hard metal basket. And they capsized it, put the bottom up, and set it on the patio. Then my grandfather took a big chunk of wood and just dropped it on top of it.
What's weird to me is the backs of the chair seem to match the table base.
Yeah, that's completely...
Is that just random?
That's just random.
Wow.
Yeah, because no one would buy a matching set of whatever.
Yeah, okay.
But yes, I never really examined this picture from the standpoint that my mother was the only person in position.
Oh, no, you have. We've discussed
Oh, no, I've discussed everyone has looked away a million times.
Yeah.
And my mother looked away a million times, but I've never really looked at it from this angle, which is she's dead nuts center and should have been the only one who didn't have to move.
Yeah.
It took effort for her to look away.
Oh, it's more than effort. It's like an active, fuck you. It's passive aggression.
I'm not sure what my dad is doing either. I'm not sure why he couldn't muster a
smile. Well, in the past, you said it was his depression. It was so bad.
But the thing about it is I've said it a million times. Look, adults, whatever you have going on in your personal life or your own psyche, you must make an effort to pretend. Yeah. You know what I mean?
The kids, yeah.
In front of the fucking kids, that you're not a complete and utter mess.
All right, let's take some calls. Come on.
All right, let's do that. Let's see if we got line one. We're going to talk to Eric.
Yeah, hey, how's it going, guys?
What's going on, man?